Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Make It a Great Week, where we start off each Monday morning with a strong cup of coffee and a positive conversation. I'm your host, Justin.
And I'm Opa. Let's make it a great week.
Opa has already had a busy morning. You have been where?
At GSP,
And why did you go to
North
GSP?
America's #1 small airport. Bum, 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 bum.
So,
Taking my #1 son-in-law to the airport.
yeah, Timothy's going back to Detroit. We've had a busy week here at Kane Fam. Your oldest daughter has moved back to South Carolina.
Correct. Amen to that. It was a great week. But Justin, what was your week like?
As you know, we bought our house about a year ago, and when we did, it had this nice privacy bamboo along the back fence, and yeah, it's not a huge yard, so I needed to cut it all down. So it's been quite the process. I originally cut it. Once I cut it, then you have to find a way to dispose of it. So then I borrowed my neighbor, who's very nice. I borrowed a kind of a mini wood chipper and fed each bamboo shoot one at a time through it, like a
Wow.
trash bag under it. And then, yeah, so it's all cut down now, but now there's, I don't know how many, sharp shards just along the backyard of my fence. So along the in the back of my yard along the fence.
Well, get ready, because as soon as the ground temperature hits a certain degree, guess what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Shooting up again.
Well, you've been dealing with bamboo for how long?
My goodness. Many years. It's just fascinating the way it grows. It really is fascinating, but it's annoying. It can be very annoying.
Yeah, I'm nervous it's never going to end. I mean, I had that injury last year with it because we were all back there, me and some of the brother-in-laws cutting it down, and then I didn't realize that I was about to step on one and just went right through my shoe, poked the bottom of my foot.
Shoe, or was it a flip-flop? Doing yard work
You
and
can't
flip-flop.
confirm or deny. There were some nurses there that
That was something else.
quickly assisted.
Yeah, I gave some excitement at the moment with blood and stuff. But the nurses were able to handle it, and praise the Lord for that.
So what has been your strategy with dealing with the bamboo?
Just as it comes up, you just got to eliminate it, and it will shoot up in a night, boy. And then you just got to take it and get rid of it. Some of it's kind of neat the way it shoots up out of the ground, big, huge bamboo, and it will just, it's fascinating to watch it grow, because it will grow, it's almost weird looking, alien looking as it grows up. It's just so quickly.
Especially the root system.
Yes, yeah, and they just go all over. I say, wow, it's crazy.
I mean, I've been trying to dig it up, and it is just, you got to find where the little clump is, and then dig in a circle around it. And then all the runners connecting it to the other root systems, you got to stab through the runners, and then you got to dig it up. And when I pull it out, now there's just clumps of dirt that are coming with it. And
there's got to be some metaphor there about the quickness of the growth and the spreading underground, and some analogy.
Well, the roots are very strong, though. That's the thing.
It's true,
but they're strong. I mean,
they spread everywhere. I don't know. It's just something to think about, something to meditate on.
Yeah.
But yes, sir, it's a constant battle, man against nature.
So we do have some good, exciting news. This is our second episode of recording, and if we make it past 3, we'll be beating 90% of podcasts according to the statistics. So as long as we get past that point, then I think we're good to go. Lily did go ahead and set up an Instagram account for this podcast and also an email. So I'm going to put those, the exact titles of those in the show notes. And I'm also going to put them in the first episode, which we'll be releasing this morning. So whoever is listening to either of those, if you want to email or message us any type of just happy story of someone who did something kind for you or selfless, we would love to talk about it on the podcast and kind of have that be the meat of what we go over each week, maybe one or two. And we are going to actually, for the first 5 stories that we use in the podcast, we are going to be giving out a sticker with the newly branded show logo, which Lily has designed. She is the graphic designer by trade, and she's done some incredible work. I don't think you've even seen the final design because
I don't think so.
As of last night, she did a completely new and incredible logo.
Oh, wow.
The Perfectionist. So
I may be the first one to turn in a story to get a sticker.
So yeah, we'll be sending that out as soon as we have the first 5 stories that we're going to use in the podcast. So I did have one I wanted to share today, though, from my own personal experience. I do have these kind in-laws that we call Oma and Opa, and we often spend time at the house drinking mugs. Oh boy, there's gonna be a lot of those. I switch words around a lot. I'm gonna have to correct them because this is being recorded and some people won't understand the slip-ups I'm doing. I drink coffee from mugs a lot, as most people tend to do at your house. And there's this one. What kind of style would you call this? Is it a
to me,
diner?
it's just diner. That's a perfect description of it.
So it's a diner style mug that for whatever reason, whenever I come to your house and drink coffee, which is a lot, I drink it out of the diner style mug. And there was one day where it happened to break accidentally. And of course I don't care. I can drink out of any mug. And you guys definitely could have just left it at that. But after I found out that it was broken, which again was totally fine, I come back a little bit later and you guys on your travels had bought a brand new one, but not just any brand new one. This one has text on it. Biddy and Bowes Coffee, established 2016.
Little commercial for Biddy and Bowes free of charge on this broadcast. This podcast.
So that to me was the exact type of thing that
we had you in mind when we bought that, because Julia was there with us.
And you told me that afterwards, and that to me was extremely kind because you did not need to do that.
We don't need another mug in here, that's for sure.
No, there are a lot of mugs to drink out of, but I
was kind of happy you broke that one.
You didn't like that one?
Well, just to get rid of something. I broke one the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I hit it and just threw it in the trash.
Did you really?
Yes.
Which one was it?
I'm not going to tell you. No one's going to know.
I was going to hear this, and she's going to look in the trash.
I know it was long gone. It's but some one that she bought. It was a pretty one, but it fell and busted the handle. I said, I'm not going to try to glue this thing on there. I'm just going to take it and throw it in the trash, and we'll see if anybody ever says what happened to that mug.
That's the ultimate test, right? If no one notices, then.
That's right. Anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt your story, but I was thankful, and we had you in mind. That's the clock.
It's telling us it's 7 already.
Yeah. Wow. We had you in mind as we were down there, and let me just tell you about that mug. That mug is not inexpensive.
So did they overcharge you?
Well, it's for the cause.
Okay.
Yeah. So
did Julia see it and say you have to get that mug? Okay.
For Justin. Yeah.
Okay.
And there's some, she's just, if you don't know about Biddy and Bowes, they're a company that hires special needs kids, and they do a great work. They got great merch, and it's a coffee shop in Charleston. I think they have other ones they may have other ones. Anyway, it's just a neat place we go to every time we are in Charleston for Julia's checkups usually.
Yeah.
And so we stop in there, and hopefully I can get out with just spending a small fortune.
So do you go there every time?
Yes.
I'll get it. I'm going to do that.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, that's your mug, and we make sure it's here available for you on the days we know that you're coming.
Well, I brought that up as a, a genuine example of how kind you guys are and thoughtful. I mean, since I've known you, because like I said, I know I needed you to get me a mug, but you noticed, no one noticed that that is
Yeah.
a mug that I like, and then we're like, well, we'll get him a new one, which
Yeah.
it's
Mm,
those simple acts of kindness. I think I used to think that those little things didn't matter as much, that it was more about the big,
yeah.
type of things that you do for people that affect them. And Lily has taught me, again, through you and Oma, how important the little things are. And it really does change your life, all those little things that add up, because it shows that you are noticing things, that you care about
Mm,
people. And I just feel like it's so important to be able to model that to your children, because, I mean, obviously life is made up of a lot of small
yeah.
moments. And if you just kind of take the stance that I just have to do, the big things right, and all the small little stuff I don't really need to pay attention to.
Mm,
It's really hard to be a kind person in totality. You
yeah.
kind of need that whole.
Well, I'm sorry, no, I didn't mean to interrupt,
No,
but
go ahead.
it's like that is Julia's specialty.
Mm.
I mean, Graham had his birthday this year. Another son-in-law had his birthday this month, yesterday.
Son-in-law number 6, right?
Six, yes. And he had his birthday, and Julia would not let it go that we needed to get some presents for Graham.
Yeah.
I mean, we had to. And so she asked, Rose to his wife, my sixth daughter, what she could get, what Julia could get for Graham for his birthday. And Rose came up with some ideas. And I'm telling you, Julia was almost to the point of obnoxious, trying to get Oma to get her to the store
Yeah.
so that she could get these things from Dollar Tree
Yep.
for crap. But it means, it's everything. She just loves to do that,
Yeah.
loves to give out of the kindness of her heart.
Yeah.
And that's just a quality. For those who don't know, she has Down syndrome. She was born with Down syndrome. And one of their qualities is that type of kindness. I just amazing about her, and I say, man, how can I be more like her? Yeah, in
And
that regard.
I mean, from what I understand that you all have said, she has shaped the family so much. She's your youngest daughter.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, and her just incredible kindness and joy for life,
Yeah.
I'm sure has totally affected how everyone, I mean, I know people have said that before, that they think their lives would be obviously very different without her, but
Yes.
especially with just the joy that you view life in, because I mean, everything for her, almost everything is either extremely happy or, there's some
Yes.
extremes,
Yeah.
but I would love to talk more on other episodes just about how fundamental I feel like even what we're talking about on this podcast is related to
Yeah.
her as well.
Exactly. I think there will be more. I promise you, because she is that way. And no guile in her whatsoever.
Hmm.
I mean, if you meet her eye in the grocery store, get ready because she's going to give you a hug. She just hugs everybody, and everybody loves it. It's
Yeah.
just one of those things that, my goodness, this little girl is giving me a hug. It's amazing,
Yeah.
and people love being hugged.
Yep.
There's some power into it, and she's got that. That's her superpower, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
yesterday we were playing out in the yard and she just walked up to my oldest daughter and gave her a big hug from behind. And of course, my oldest daughter just has this huge smile on her face
yeah.
because
Oh,
she loves her Aunt Julia so much. But that just joy of walking up and giving someone a hug, even,
yeah.
a little kid, it's just, yeah, it's such an integral part of this family. And you really do wonder how much less people would just have that, joy and hope
Mm,
and looking towards the future. But one thing that people did remind me of yesterday as we were discussing, the recording today's episode, was we were calling the show "Make It a Great Week," but the original idea started with "Make It a Great Day,"
hmm.
and that was because you would say that very often to your kids, like as you drop them off for school in the morning, or a job. And what did you say exactly?
I think it was, but it's been a while since I've dropped anybody off at school. It's been amazing. But
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to
yeah,
remind you.
yeah. Make it a great day. Make somebody's day. Your light so shine.
So that
Um,
was that, and you said that almost every time you drop them off,
yes,
right?
yeah. And it's just a good reminder. Make it a great day. Make somebody's day because you have that power within you through a simple word, notice of something, and it's just in your light. So shine, um, shine for the Lord. Give God the glory, and see if you can be somehow, some way, give people the hope that we find in Christ. And that's to me what we're here for, why we remain. Point people to the cross
Mm.
in Christ. But uh, a lot more can be built upon that. But
Yeah, and that's I mean that's where the inspiration from the show started, and we
mhm.
wanted to originally call it "Make It a Great Day," but then I was thinking about, or I think you mentioned, well, we're going to be recording it once a week, so it'd be a little weird to say "Make It a Great Day," and then the other 6 days are going
Yeah,
to be battling,
yeah,
so
right.
let's change it to "Make It a
Make
Great
it a
Week."
great week. Yeah, so we can do that. Make it a great week,
But
people.
this is something you've instilled in your children throughout all these years. But I also was thinking, I don't know if we made the distinction last week, that it's not trying to say, oh, it's going to be a good day, just kind of hoping that, but you're taking that attitude of I'm going to do my part to try to make it a great day
That
or
is
a
true.
great week.
That is true. Yeah, it's very true. And again, it goes back to that verse, Psalm 118:24. This is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. And I don't know if that's maybe not the emphasis, but that's the emphasis I put in my head, is that we will rejoice and be glad in it. It's not like it's something that I'm just going to let happen to me. I'm going to make it a conscious decision. I'm going to rejoice in the day the Lord has given me.
Yeah.
I'm living and breathing and now use it for His glory. Make it a great week.